I've been so busy talking about the new iPhones and the new iPads that I glossed over a few leaks, some of which I think are pretty interesting because I'm also very pumped for the 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pros that are rumored to launch within the next couple months. Hopefully we get a confirmation of an event date within the next few weeks, but the truth is it might end up going higher than 16 inches. Let's begin. So this was a very brief rumor a while back, and I didn't want to get too much excitement out of this because obviously we've had expectations and them not meet in the past. But within macOS Monterey beta code, there were some references to some new MacBook Pro displays with resolutions that we have not yet seen before. Okay, so I'm a little more inclined to believe it when it's the type of leaked information that's hidden within macOS code, not necessarily just someone going off on Twitter about something. But this code alludes to higher resolutions to the MacBook Pros, which can mean one of two things. For one, maybe they're trying to increase the overall pixel density. Mac rumors alluding to these resolutions saying that they would go above the 250 pixel per inch mark, making these displays, of course, more rich, more detailed. But honestly, as cool as that would be, you know, I'll always take more pixels if it's available. It doesn't really sound too much like Apple, given we've already had, you know, Retina displays on MacBook Pros for quite some time. I don't think many people are complaining about their pixel density on their MacBooks. So the other option, which I'm not necessarily saying is a for sure thing, I could be very wrong on this, but perhaps the MacBook display sizes are going to be larger, not just for the smaller option, but maybe Apple's going to be pushing the edges, pushing the boundaries a little bit on the 16-inch model as well. I'm not trying to get people too excited for a 17-inch MacBook Pro, but I'm just saying how freaking perfect would that be if Apple updated the 13-inch MacBook Pro with a 14-inch MacBook Pro. You know, the smaller size resolution makes sense. We knew that the mini LED display was going to be bringing a larger screen size for the smaller MacBook, probably around the same footprint, just with thinner bezels overall. But if they're replacing that MacBook Pro with a thinner bezel, larger display, why not also replace the 16-inch option with a 17-inch option with even thinner bezels than the 16-inch MacBook Pro already has going for it? Granted, the side bezels on the 16-inch model are already pretty dang thin, but the top bezel, I think it could do with a little bit more shrinking, and these are supposed to be redesigned MacBooks, right? They're ditching the touch bar, they're gaining HDMI ports, SD card slots, MagSafe. They're also reportedly gaining 1080p webcams, the same kind of webcam quality we saw on the 24-inch iMac. So there's all of these great rumored specifications for the new MacBooks, but these leaked resolutions are getting me excited for either increased pixel density or larger screen sizes. And even if they don't quite hit that 17-inch mark, like the 24-inch iMac is technically 23.5 inches. So people are rounding up quite a bit with the iMac sizes. Wouldn't be shocked if, you know, we went from, you know, 16 inches to 16.8 or 16.9. Let's just round up and call it a 17-inch MacBook Pro at that point, which, for the record, Apple used to make. Granted, it did not sell as well, and that's likely why they ended up scrapping it, but maybe if they can achieve a very large display and a fairly compact notebook design, they'll feel more comfortable bringing that display size back. I would love to see how massive of a screen we can get here, because these resolutions are reminding me that, you know, the iPad Pro 12.9 inch got mini LED earlier this year, but that did not come with a resolution boost. This is not like the transition from LCD to OLED, where a different arrangement of pixels allows for an increase in pixel density. No, it was the exact same resolution, just with more dynamic range. So if Apple was truly planning on keeping the same size display as the 16-inch MacBook Pro, why then would they be buying mini LED panels with higher resolutions necessarily? I don't know. Maybe Apple knows something we don't. Maybe this allows for them to just, you know, scale text on the MacBook display that much better and allow for far more rich contrast. Either way, though, seeing these resolutions leaked within the code gets me excited that a lot of the rumors, at least, are true about displays getting bigger and or better on the new MacBooks, and I think the 13-inch MacBook Pro design has just remained unchanged for far too long, and I'm really excited to actually see those bezels go down a bit and to see like a facelift, because the MacBook Pros have needed it for a while, and now that they're going to be getting their own Apple Silicon, it makes perfect sense for them to be focusing on a redesign now, because they can say, look at what's capable with the M1X chip, or is it going to be the M2X chip? Well, that's a subject for another day, but feel free to let me know how you guys interpret these leaks. Do you think it's going to be a pixel density improvement or a screen size improvement, or do you think the leaks are just wrong entirely and we just have random resolutions baked in with macOS Monterey? NRA for some reason. All that good stuff, feel free to let me know. This is your Apple Sheep here. I'll see you guys in the next one.